Amba sa penina ipatyan min kapatahi, my dear sons and daughters, because I'm Aunty Tara. Today I'm here to talk about the horrifying experience me and my family experienced on 3rd of May 2023. On that fateful day, myself, my mother, who's 86 years old, and the youngest member, who's just 1 year old, were resting in our home when suddenly there was a clanking of the electric pole, and then we knew that there's trouble because as we clanked the electric pole, we knew that people would be collecting and coming to us. So soon after that, 5 minutes after the electric pole was clank, we heard the sound of people rushing into a colony which is called Paite Veng, located in Imphal West. Paite Veng has about 65 Paite houses, Paite and Vaipe houses, and one Thado house. And then we are about 35 population, tribal population there, living together with the Meitei, next door to each other. I have lived there, I'm almost 60 years old, I've lived there for almost 60 years of my life in Paite Veng. I know of no other home other than the Paite Veng home that was burned down. We have 4 houses in my compound alone, which was all Paka building house, 2-story house, some were 1-story house, which was built with a hard-earned money, worth in crores, that was totally razed to the ground. Today we are rendered homeless and stateless, but I'm still alive, and we are still alive. So on the day, as we were rushing out of the house, when they started burning my neighbor's house, Jensen Haukip, and then we realized, and a church was burned, we rushed up to the window, to the roof, and my nephew told us, oh, a church is being burned. So then we realized that even we will be next. So we got ready to rush out of the house, because I have a mother who's 85 years old who could barely walk. She was walking with a walking stick. So then she was trying to wear her shoes. Even to wear her shoes, she was taking about 10 minutes. Then I have a sister who's got Down syndrome, and she also because of the fear and because of her handicapped nature, she was rooted to the sing ground, and she couldn't move. That day I must say that God blessed me, and I had superhuman strength, because I was carrying my mother in one hand, I was dragging my sisters on the other hand, and we were rushing out of the house, and we went and hid in a neighbor's house for some time, and they also we were told to leave. And as we were leaving the gate of that house, there were 2 policemen, and then there were they were young boys. We thought the crowd consists of only men, but to my surprise, there were a lot of Meitei women there also. And as we step out, we ran away from the house with just the clothes, the set of clothes we were wearing. Just one set of clothes that we were wearing. We reached Delhi that day. We were rushing out, and I was rushing out with my purse. Luckily, I was the only one carrying out a purse. Then, as we rush out, the Meitei women were asking, that means find out if they're carrying any luggage. Then they saw, and one lady said, so they let us go. And then secondly, my mother is a Meitei, so as the attackers, the Meitei attackers, were known to my brothers and also to me, because they were from my neighboring, like Thongdangzam Lekai, across the road from Tedim Road, Konjing Lekai. Many of the young boys were actually burnt my mother, because my mother is a nurse and she was working in that dispensary for most of her life. So they said, Bobogne, Meitei ne, ma di so kanu, namacha singsu. So we were safe, because my mother, they said she's a grandmother, she is a Meitei, so do not harm them. So what happened with the 20 members of the family, 3 members went to the right, and the rest of us 17 went to the left side. So we were safe. Nobody harmed us. For that I thank God. We were safe. And then we rushed to where the police van were there. There were 6. There were 3 gypsy and 1 bolero was parked there. On the side that we were there. Then just 5 or 6 policemen and police women were standing there. So we took shelter with them. That was on the street, not in the house or anywhere. We stood there. Then we saw the crowd you know, clapping in glee as they burned the house. They were clapping in glee. They were all, I think, high with alcohol. They were all drunk and also maybe on drugs. So what happened? They were clapping in glee and they said, "How yum thare, how yum thare," and all. They were very happy with that. And then we were standing on the road with the family and watching everything that was happening in front of the eyes. The rest of the Paite community, all our neighbors, they were hiding somewhere in the mission compound next to the church, and they have ran to the Meitei community house where a very kind Meitei soul saved 65 lives that day. Thank God for that. And thanks to him. Yeah. So, and as we were separated, then we were standing there for about an hour. We begged the police people to take us to a safe place, and they said, "Why don't you call up your relative and ask him to come and pick you up?" Look at the audacity. How can our relative come and pick up? I said, our relative are also Kuki. They also how? How can they come and they also fleeing for their life? They're running for their life. How can they come and save us? And our cars are all burned in front of a house. As we were actually fleeing from the house, we could hear the cylinder bursting, you know, the cylinder. Our car was also bursting because they were burning the cars, the petrol. So it was going boom, boom, boom. And as I turned back and I looked at my brother's house that was burned. And then I have a sinking feeling in my heart that I will never get to see this home again. You know, the home that we have lovingly built over the years and where we have lived, we will never get to see this home again. And so my heart sank. Anyway, so we went there and then we begged the police people. And then in front of that, where we were standing, there was a Meitei home. Just behind Uncle Pungto Sang's house was a Meitei home. So we knocked at the gate, and the police woman also knocked and said that, "Can you please keep this family here till the time we take them to a safe place?" And you know what he answered? He said, "No, I'm sorry, I cannot take the risk. You know, I cannot risk my life for them." So Meitei people are not going to risk their life for us. They're not going to save, you know, they're going to save themselves. So we as a Kuki and Zomi community have to save our own lives. We have to fight for our own right. Because clearly he said, "I cannot risk my life for them." And this boy was known to us. He joined in the Christmas celebration. He partook of all the festivals that happened in Paite Veng. We also joined in the festival. We also went to eat in the house. So, but he cannot risk his life for us, which according to him is like not worth it. You know, we are not worth it. Now, when coming to it, then after that, what happened? Finally, the police decided to take us to the police station and the secretariat, you know, Babopura. We were taken there. Then just 5 minutes after that, we were told to leave the police station also. Go somewhere else again. That's the same story. So then I said, "Okay, fine, then take us somewhere." They took us to the old ambulance to one Kuki lady house. She's the president of Kuki Union. And then she welcomed us, gave us tea. We used a bathroom. And then after 1 hour, my sister-in-law, who was separated from us, she and her brother were separated. They were taken away, and then they were actually harassed and beaten by the Meitei community until the police took them and rescued them and took them to the Kokatel police station. So they have actually called up one of the uncle who was working in the army and posted in Jammu and Kashmir. He called up the army people, and then they rescued his two brother and sister, and then they took them to the 3rd or 4th Assam Rifle at Singzamei. So they came to there. We somehow came communicated with them, and then they told us that we are in the army camp. Please come. So they sent a truck for us to pick us up, and then by 2:30 we reached the camp and we stayed there safely. We stayed there safely for 3 days, and then on the 3rd day again we were transported to a new camp at 7 Assam Rifle, which was at Manipur. There, when we went there, we were shocked to see about 4,000 to 5,000 people in the big hall, and there was no space even for a family to lie down for the night. And we said it's only for one night because we have already booked a ticket to come to Delhi. We were one of the lucky one. Each of the ticket for adult cost 20,000. You know, the airline people has already hiked up the price and all. So we didn't get enough food to eat there. We didn't get, but we were happy. At least we were safe, and we could see people from. They were from Langol, from then Paite Veng. They were from New Lambulet. Everywhere, they all of the Thado and Kuki, family were there. So because of that, but anyway, what I want to say today is that we were safe because of the army. So I praise the Indian Army, Jai Hind to them. And then I just want us to say this slogan that, I just want to say this slogan because my time is very short. We will rise again from the ashes like a phoenix, you know, phoenix. We will rise again from the ashes like a phoenix, you know. So that is the slogan for today, because one day we will rise again and we will prosper and we will have our own place to live happily and in harmony. Thank you.